Hello everybody, it's Marcy here coming in to do another bit of healing around the colour rituals. I'm just going to wait a couple of moments. I'd like to for people to join, and I'd like to also thank all those who are watching the replay. I'm here with my lovely cup of tea, ready to go. I see we've one joined. Just put a comment there in the chat box. So, what might be useful for those who are watching it live? Hi, Suzanne. For those watching live, if there is a pattern that you really feel is coming up in your life quite often, and that can be a block, then put it in the hi Celia, how Aisling, how Caroline, Emma Rose, Sharon, great, a few more joining, fantastic. So put the what is your main pattern that you really feel is you're sick of? It's the same old, and you're sick of it, and then I can include that in my healing and use the same kind of words. And then we're going to see then what would the other pattern be that would be more serving, and we're going to download that into your cells and into your memory. Hi Sue-Ann, Happy New Year, love. Hi Linda, Emma Rose, lovely to see you. Rosie, Linda, great to see you. If you don't want to put something in the chat, then that's fine. I'll just I'll make it up as I go along and hope that it resonates. But if there's one particular pattern you think I'm bloody sick up to my teeth of this, then hi Regina, then put it in there, and then I can actually talk about it in whatever healing we're going to be doing. So we're day 5. I can't believe that we're on day 5 already. I hope you're enjoying the process. If there's, part of this, when we go through the process, it feels like a little bit of a roller coaster, and that is okay. It's so important. Lorraine, hi, you're joining me live again 2 nights in a row. So overeating addictive tendencies towards sugar. Okay, right. So yeah, so you know what that means, the sugar. It's really wanting more sweetness in your life. But anyway, let's just connect in to see what comes up with that. If it is not being good enough, yeah. In fact, I'm going to get a little pen and paper. And I'm going to write some of these down. Not being good enough. I had that one before. Oh yes, that's kind of procrastination. Hi Burr, lovely to see you, Burr. Losing self-confidence. Okay. Hi Hilary. So those of you who've just joined, if there's a specific pattern that you're sick up to the back teeth of, thinking that you have it sorted, and then something happens and you find you're back to square one again, then put it in there, and I will try and include that in my language. Sugar, so overeating. Not sure how this is going to work now, because but I trust that it's all going to be perfect. Okay. Nothing else there before we start? So, without further ado, we'll get going. So let's just start with taking a couple of deep breaths, breathing in goodness and breathing out anything you want to let go of. Breathing in goodness and breathing out anything you want to let go of. So indecision, is it? Celia, is that what it is? Indecision, you can't decide, is that right? Indecision. Oh yeah, okay. So what that is demotivation. Yeah, okay. So this really is not allowing yourself to be in the flow, Deborah, I would say. So, yeah, so self-sabotage, we'll call it. No, it's fine, Celia. It's great, darling. Excellent. Okay, that'll keep me going for a while, so that's fine. Okay, so let's take a couple of deep breaths, breathing in goodness and breathing out anything you want to let go of. Breathing in goodness and breathing out anything you want to let go of. Breathing in goodness and letting out all the frustrations. Not taking action. Feel your feet being pulled into the floor underneath you. And as you do, you feel the suction of energy from the soles of your feet down into the floor, down into the earth, through the rocks and lava. And down to your Earth star. And I want to feel this boom. So this is quite good actually for you, Linda, already. So, stuff that you think, you have to be doing, and it's in your head, but you just can't seem to transcribe it from your head into action. And that really is a huge sign of not being grounded. Yeah, same for you, Aisling. So, now we're going to ask pure absolute divine love to descend down from, got a jolt. There's definitely shifts already happening. Pure absolute divine love to descend down from the cosmos, from the highest, from God, that God energy, down in through the crown of our head, through our whole body, through our energy, and into the room. And we ask this surrounds, protects, illuminates us and guides us throughout this session, and that it remains activated until we finish this call. Take a deep breath and release. Take a deep breath and release. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect in with, no problem, Emma. I'm going to connect in with some of the things that have come up. So to be honest, self-sabotage is the first thing I'm going to look at, because we all self-sabotage ourselves in so many ways. And it can be really unintentional, it can be unconscious, and sometimes we can it can come up. For me, my self-sabotage comes in when my kids get ill. I think that's there's something, because anyone's kids, they're great lessons for us. I'm thinking, okay, they're ill, and then that's my excuse that I can't do whatever I'd planned. So, so I want you to focus in on self-sabotage, whether it's internal, or whether you see the patterns where you have done on paper everything, and then there's something external that actually stops you, like your kids getting ill, and then you become really frustrated. But that's actually a form of self-sabotage that you're all with unconsciously. So connecting in with that feeling then that you get when you have planned something and it's not working out, or you don't do something, this self-sabotage pattern, and where is it located in your body or your energy? And what colour does it represent? Now I'm going to ask you, is this coming from this lifetime? Or is it coming from a past life? Right, yeah, so now what I'm going to do now is we're going to assume, because I feel for some of you it is past life and generational stuff. We'll start off with that first, and then we will look at the present. And what I'll do is I'll come back to the meanings of your colours once we've done this part, right? So connecting with this pattern that's this self-sabotage pattern that's annoying the life out of you, and acknowledging where it is in the body and your energy, and just being aware of the colour. What I want you to do now is I want you to own it. And to say to this, I own this pattern, I accept this pattern, and I release this pattern. And as you say, I would love if you could say this out loud, because words have power. I release this pattern. And as you do, I want you to see whatever colour is coming up for you, to literally, from where it is in your body, that it's like, I see it like a train, that this is like a train back down your timelines, your past lives, and right to the beginning where your soul was first created. Hi Rachel, so what we're doing is we're working on self-sabotage patterns that keep on coming up. I'm at the moment working on past life stuff. I want you to locate it in your body, connecting with the colour, and then I want you, like a train that's really going back down the timelines and generations and ancestral stuff as well, back through to when the soul was first created. How you will know that is you will feel either like a void, like an emptiness, or you will see like just white light. Okay, right. Fantastic. So now, I want you to connect in with the feeling or the pattern that you would love instead to be living. So if you didn't have this self-sabotage pattern that you've just released, what would you have instead? Fantastic. I'll come back with those meanings in a minute. What colour does that represent? So I can see, actually, Rose, you're ahead of the game, girl. You've got dark greens, blues and white light. And now what I want you to do is I want you to invite this feeling and the colour into that part of your body where you had held it, and let it literally melt into that part of your body until you can really only see that colour in that part of your body, and then it's going to expand through every part of your body, through the layers of your skin, through the cells. And what I'm getting with this type of healing is there's an awful lot of soothing, comfort, natural forgiveness actually coming in, self-forgiveness, ease, and a lovely sense of kind of contentment. And we're going to anchor that energy and that feeling into our Earth star. And from the Earth star, it starts to build like a vortex in the Earth star. And it starts to, from the Earth star, it starts to move right through up to the Earth. But it goes into your feet, but then it goes outwards, out through your energy and out to the universe. Now, the image I'm getting, I don't know if you know those candles, birthday candles that you light and they start sparkling, 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 and then they go out and they start again. This is the kind of, this is what I'm seeing. Take another deep breath, and I want you to feel like complete release, like you've actually just gone through, broken through a ceiling. That's, yeah, broken through a ceiling. Take a deep breath and release. Okay, so now I just want you to observe the energy flowing through your body. And the next thing we're going to look at is the not good enough. This is very present in most women. I'd say nearly all women in some shape or form. So, not being good enough. On a scale of 0 to 10, where are you on the scale? 10 being quite high when you feel that you're not good enough. And what colour does it represent? I will work on the present self-sabotage in a minute, but I really feel it mightn't even be necessary. We'll connect in that later, but we'll do this first. So not being good enough. Yeah, that's normal. That's fine. That's normal. That's a complete release. The pins and needles. Just stamp your feet, Linda, and that confirms really about. It's so important. Or rub your feet off the floor. Your thing is being grounded, right? So, what I'm going to do now is this. This not being good enough. Is it fully yours? And the part that is not yours, what colour is it? And then what I want you to do is I want you to blow that out, the colour and the not feeling good enough that's not yours. I want you to blow that out through a violet divine filter. And when it goes through the divine filter, then I see actually Archangel Michael coming and he's sucking that up and transmuting it up to the divine. And what I'm seeing actually as he's sucking that up from the divine, it's also clearing any other kind of the origination, any other patterns that would have come in from a generational point of view about not being good enough. That's also being released as well. So now we're going to focus on the part of, I want you to own this not being good enough that you took on. And I actually want you to acknowledge how that served you. Because in fact, sometimes those, the not being good enough has made us act a certain way. Wanting to prove ourselves, to try a bit harder, to justify, to go that bit further. They sometimes can be positive patterns to a negative feeling. And I really want us to acknowledge that if that is the case, you will know. And how does that make you feel? And I want you to integrate that colour and that feeling of how it served you into the part of your body that this not good enough resided. And you're almost feeding that in. Hi, Chris. I think you'll have to watch the replay on this one because we're quite a bit in. But anyway, you can still sit in the energy if you want. And let that really... I feel actually, do you know what this is? This is like the saucer holding the cup of tea. So I want you to see that whatever this is for you and the colour, I want you to see it as a saucer in that part of your body, and it's now going to help you transmute the not good enough when it didn't serve you. So thinking about all the times in your life when this not good enough attracted not good enough people that were not, that made you feel not good enough, or circumstances that made you feel not good enough. I just want you to kind of like almost do a scan of what comes there, and the colour that comes up and the feeling. I really want you to connect in with the feeling and the colour associated with that. And then I would like you to blow that out of your mouth through the filter, and this is actually being transmuted down into the earth for Mother Earth to transform that into gold, is what I'm getting. And you'll keep on blowing that out until you have another colour, or until there'll be no other colour left. So, now on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you on being good enough? How high are you on the scale of being good enough? And let me know if that's risen. So the next thing we're going to focus on is procrastination. So I want you to think about if you find that procrastination is something that's holding you back, which is a little bit light. So it's risen to 7. Fantastic. That's great. Definitely 9. Wow. Amazing. Great work. Right, Celia. So you're still a 2. So you're good enough is still a 2. So we'll go through the other aspects, because sometimes it's showing up as not good enough, but it might be the other aspects that we're actually healing. And this, because usually these things come in layers. And this is why we have to go to the root cause. So, we're going to work on procrastination, which is quite similar actually to not taking action. This procrastination, thinking I know I should, yeah I will, but yeah I'll do that tomorrow. So this procrastination, I want you to connect in with how this procrastination makes you feel, how this not taking action makes you feel. And I want you to see where it's located in the body. Thanks for the love hearts. Or in your energy. And I'm going to ask you this question. Why do you do that? Is it fear? Is it, why? Is it overwhelm? And just see what comes when you ask yourself that question. And what I'd like you to do now is this pattern of procrastination and not taking action. What would it take for you to no longer, like what are you needing in order for this pattern to no longer be there? Right, lack of self-belief, yeah. Okay. Okay, So what we're going to do now is we're going to connect in with the feeling, for example, that you actually believed in yourself fully. Just imagine how you would be. You could actually imagine how a time in your life when you felt you had self-belief, or you can imagine what it would feel like if you really had that self-belief. What would you do if you didn't have that overwhelm? So I'm feeling actually that all this has really got to do with confidence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on confidence, and I feel that's going to cover all those aspects. So finding excitement, purpose to bring forward, right? To find an exciting purpose to bring forward, yeah. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to imagine that we feel very confident. So so feeling confident and having a very good sense of self-belief. Okay? Yes, it can be a form of punishment to procrastinate, yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to imagine this confidence and this self-belief, this unwavering self-belief, connecting with that feeling, and I want you to anchor that feeling and the colour that you could associate with. Now, even if you can't imagine this self-confidence, I want you to imagine maybe somebody that you have seen that you thought, God, I'd love to be as confident as her or him. And I want you to feel that and anchor it in to that part of your body that it resonates. And I want you to let that feeling be anchored right through every layer of your body, right to the back of your spine. And when it goes back to the spine, the colour and the feeling literally takes off a life of its own and goes straight into your spine, out through your vertebrae, throughout this really, I feel, is like your back support system. So it's all the way down the whole back, down into the back of the legs, and from there it's actually building energy, and it's going right out, scanning almost out through every layer of your body, from your back out here and out through your energetic field, and another sense of liberation is released, and you feel, I believe in myself, I know I can do this, I am fully confident. And it's a great sense of knowing. There's an element of knowing in this confidence as well. And we're going to expand that out through our energetic field and out to the universe. And take another deep breath and release. Now, what I'm getting here around the self-confidence as well is I'm seeing like, or lack of self-confidence and self-belief, I'm seeing little threads. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Archangel Michael to come in and to cut all cords, all patterns, all stories that have still lodged themselves in your energy and in your memory, and now let them be fully cut and fully released. And they look like, I see them like, actually now they start changing. They were black, but they've changed into different colour ribbons, and the ribbons start floating away up into the sky. Take a deep breath and release. Take a deep breath and release. And now, when you think about you wanting to do something, how ready now do you feel you would be to complete that task that you know you need to do, that you know would benefit probably you or the world? How ready are you now to take that action? On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being ready to take that action. Excuse me, I want to sneeze. Fantastic. So an 8, Linda. Great. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is we are going to look at any form of great. So that's a 9. Fantastic. Great. So all good numbers. So you're ready to take inspire. Now, I also would love to remind you about there's a difference between taking action and taking inspired action. So actually you're only 7. So ideally, great, 8, 8. If you're 8 and above, then you are laughing. Oh, fantastic, Deirdre. Fantastic. 9, brilliant. So this is also, self-belief is essential to have your dreams come true. So this is really, really important exercise that we're doing. The next thing I'm going to do now is any form of anxiety, known and unknown, that you have ever felt in your life or in your past life. I want you to connect in with with where that is in your body or your energy and the color, known or unknown. And what I'm getting with this is you're just going to initially feel the anxiety without wanting to change it. So accepting it. Feeling the love for it because it's taught you something. Thanking it. And what I see now is that it turns into a flower. Now I'm seeing a beautiful, soft, I'm not very good now with nature flowers, but a lovely, soft, pink petaled flower with a lovely yellow round in the middle. And this is, oh, this is lovely. Now this is very interesting. This is literally feeding pink energy into your system and into your energy and then into your body. Now, pink is a colour that I would use to dispel any anger or any fear. So anxiety is a form of fear. Oh, great, Dervla. That's what you saw. We're connected, love. Yeah, great stuff. And let that expand ever so gently. And you'll feel literally you'll feel that, yeah, melt, like almost, yeah, melt away the anxiety. All on its own. You're doing nothing. All you're doing is you're allowing. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to go on to now is we're going to go on to the overeating and the sugar. We're going to pack them into the same bundle. The sugar and overeating, let's start first. Oh yeah, so the sugar is what we need to start with first. So when you think about sugar, like the eating, your pattern of eating sugar, what's your association with sugar? So does it make you feel good? Does it give you energy? Does it is it a reward? what is the feeling that you get when you're having sugar? And where does that resonate in your body or your energy? And now what I want you to do is, right, what we're going to do here is we're going to tap on your collarbone. And when you think about the feeling that eating that sugar gives you, comfort, comfort, childhood treats, I have that too. And there is actually a form of self-sabotage around that too. That is a form of self-sabotage as well in some cases for the sugar, knowing that it doesn't do you good, but you still have it. So I want you to keep tapping, just acknowledge, tapping the comfort and tapping the treat into your body. But as you're tapping, you're realizing that it's actually a lie that you've been telling yourself. And I want you to release, as you're tapping, all addictions to sugar. This is good for me too because I love chocolate. I've had two chocolates before I went online. So letting that be fully released through your whole energy system, where there's no longer a need for comfort, where there's no longer a need for the treat, because you're already in that state of being naturally. So what we're going to do now is what I'm getting watery mouth. So what I'm going to do now is we're actually going, and I'm going to have to hold my hand up here to direct this energy in. We're actually going to channel healthy eating patterns into your energy. And this feeling good that you are eating healthily, that you are looking after your body, and that you only have a desire for healthy fruit and vegetables. And let me know what colour that represents, and you're tapping that into your K27. Now you'll have to, I just feel now, like a heartbeat now, you're tapping. And you come back into a very centered state of being. Until you feel that you don't need to tap. It feels for me like, you know, a baby going to sleep, that you can feel that it's like a motor actually. So orange and green, great. Take a deep breath and release. So green is all got to do with health and well-being. The orange has got to do with joy and positivity. The pink is love. The purple is responsibility. The red is energy, actually. And it's linked to self-belief for you, Caroline. Okay, and I feel actually, let me think of the ovary. That has dealt with the overeating as well. White, beautiful. So the white, it's pure, it's purity. So Aisling, you're actually you're very sensitive to food, I feel, because of the white that came in. And it's really important for you to do, like, what would be really good for you would be clean eating. So green and yellow for you, Laura. Yeah, that's healing. And the yellow is all about, again, cleansing. So it would be very good for you to have like detox, actually. It would be, you're detoxifying naturally. And the slices of lemon and water would be very good for you. So indecision is the next thing we're going to look at. Indecision. Where in your life do you practice indecision? And how does it make you feel? And if you thought about the idea of you making decisions easily and effortlessly, how would that make you feel? And now I want you to connect with that prospect about how it makes you feel and how that would be impacting your life and what decisions you'd be taking and what the impact of that would be. And I want you to really imagine the decision. Decision is essential for the universe to be able to deliver. Once you decide, then the universe can actually come in and play. But if we're indecisive, then the universe doesn't know because it's getting mixed signals. It's coming in and out. But the universe needs to be fully present. And in order for it to be fully present, we need to decide and stick by the decision. So this is actually also very grounding when you feel decisions. I don't know if you even see the difference in my posture. I feel more confident. I feel more grounded. I feel very strong. I'm holding myself different, and I want you to connect in with that. And the color that relates to when you think, I am a decision maker. I make decisions for myself very easily. I make decisions because I trust in myself, because I believe in myself, because I know what I want, and because I'm not settling, and because I know I'm good enough. Do you see how all that is linked? And I want you to stand up, and I'm seeing that you're all standing up on a stage and you are making a decision in front of the whole world, and it feels amazing. And I can feel this energy actually coming down. Right? Yeah. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. So, feel your heart opening at the prospect of you being a decision maker. Making a decision, sticking by it, and implementing and going after that decision that you have made for yourself and by yourself. This is for you. And in that place, then you are actually helping everybody else because they know where they stand. The universe knows what it needs to do to activate and to make sure that decision comes into your life. So there's a great sense of relief throughout your whole body that it's safe for you to make a decision. Yeah, so that red is also about the leader, being the leader, taking the decision, being confident, standing by the decision. This is, and it signals success as well. So this is really, really important. Now this I want us to anchor down into our Earth star. Ooh, platinum, very, very powerful. Ooh, Hillary. Watch out, world. Platinum, very. Now that is when I connecting with the word even platinum. It's very, very grounded. Very. This is like the stuff that you're putting into the earth. You know when for electricity you have to put that down, put a pole down into the earth so that the electricity won't blow up the house. And it's the same thing with this. I feel that the importance of anchoring that in. Teal for that one, right? So the teal, this has got to do with trust, belief again in yourself, Deborah. Blue and gold. Wow, Caroline, that is very, very powerful. This for you really is wisdom and visibility. Visibility and communication. Red, yeah. So this is again this groundedness for you, Sharon. The dark blue. So Celia, this is going to give you the structure, the foundations. Yellow for you, Deirdre, it's confidence, unwavering confidence and power. Mint green, lovely soft mint green. So the mint green for you, right. This is very important for you, Aisling, because straight away I got taken to my heart. So this is the mint green would be healing. So this is really, really right. So this is really important about putting yourself first. So self-love and self-acceptance, actually, because I'm getting different words coming through. Lorraine, for you, the dark blue. I'm getting belief in yourself. Support for you, Lorraine. Support. Okay, it doesn't matter the dark area, but maybe we. What's the dark area? I'll come back to you, Melanie, because I'm not getting anything. Purple. So this is, Linda, for you, responsibility. Feeling responsible. Taking your place on the earth. Taking up your position. Laura, the gold and blue is again, yeah, this is, you know what, you have earned it. This is owning it. And this is believing in it. And the blue is really now communication. Okay, right, so a hint of lime green around the edge. Right, so this is interesting. So the lime green is about the decision for you will give you more clarity. So to be honest, what I'm getting here for you is it doesn't really matter what decision you take. It's taking the decision is essential, because that decision is going to bring some clarity, more clarity, and as you do that, then that'll start building more confidence in your ability to make decisions, and you'll gain enough knowledge and clarity in those taking those decisions. What else have we got here? Demotivation. This is a demotivation, not being more. That's lack of decision as well, actually. So I think we're dealt with that. And boredom. So this is an interesting one. Boredom. Yeah, it doesn't feel. Okay, Melanie. So boredom. What are we going to do with boredom? I'm feeling it here. Let me see what we're going to do with that. If you didn't have boredom, what would you have instead? And so for those of you who don't, if you just think about a time that you felt bored, so I know what this is. Okay, so what this boredom is that actually it's done its course, right? So it's to acknowledge that where you're at, how you're doing, how you're being, it's out of date. So what we're going to do here is the pattern of boredom. We're going to acknowledge it, and the next time we have the boredom, we're actually going to start getting more creative about it. What does boredom want to create? So it's a form of indecision as well. Yeah, it is a form of indecision. But also it's a form of in apathy, yeah. But the pattern comes from it's outdated. It served its purpose and it's just time to move on. So when that pattern comes in, it is acknowledged that it's associated to apathy and indecision, but ultimately it's acknowledging, saying, this is my sign, my cue, that it's time to move on. So asking yourself, what do I want to create? What would make me feel, what's the opposite of boredom? Opposite of boredom would be excitement, fulfillment, joy, energy, connecting in with what aspects come for you. And what I want you to do is just like this, the shake of my hand, this is actually the energy, the colour that you associate and the feeling that you would feel. It's actually slowly coming through your whole body, right through your whole body like this, at the front at the beginning, and it's awakening. The image I'm getting as well here is, this is, you know, when you, for the earth, and you've got you're turning the earth. This is what this is doing. And this, when you turn the earth, then you're actually helping it to be ready to sow a seed, and the seed then can sprout into something. So you'll tend to that, you'll water it. It's the same thing here. And I want you to acknowledge that pattern of what it would do then as you turn the earth, you roll the earth, turn the earth, and then this brings a sense of awakening and life into your body, and the boredom literally transforms into fertility, into this form of fertility, that's something, and creation, that something is creating. Okay? Now, and we're going to go back now to the self-sabotage, because I think that was the first thing that, or was it self-sabotage or procrastination? But anyway, I think it's self-sabotage we started with. I want you to connect in now to see this self-sabotage pattern that we had dealt with at the beginning. We dealt with it being ancestral and past life. I now want to see, is there any little bit left there that would belong to you, that would be your creation? And let me know if that is the case, and then I'll do something on it. And now, if that is the case, then I just want you to blow out, no problem, Burr, you can watch the replay, we're nearly done anyway. You can blow out the last few threads of self-sabotage that might have been there. And as you blow out, actually in this instance, it is threads, and they're literally coming out like the crochet, I don't even know what you call it, but the crochet needle, that is unhooking all threads and releasing it down into the earth, and it's being transmuted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in this amazing turquoise, very light turquoise water from the crown of, like from actually your soul star, which is 6 inches above the crown of your head. It's coming into the soul star first, and then it's coming down through your whole body, and it's washing away any residue that could be left right through your whole body, right through your energy, right through your system. And it's actually going also into the spine, because the spine, that I use this diagnostic spine chart to diagnose about what is happening with somebody on a physical, emotional, mental and spiritual and metabolic level, because the spine is connected to every nerve ending of the body. So it's clearing all of that, and it's balancing and cleansing the nervous system as well. And it's going down in through the whole body, down into the Earth star, just in case there's any residue. It's going down into the core of the Earth, and then it's literally releasing into pure divine love and light. And you're being showered in a beautiful divine love and light. Now I've only 10% battery left. I don't know where my recharger is, but I'm nearly finished. It's here. Take a deep breath and release. Cross your hands over your knees to ground you. Observe the energy flowing through your body. In your own time, if you had your eyes closed, you can open them. And let me know how you feel. And that's it. And we're just going to give thanks. There was quite a bit of healing done there. You're great to work with because I can feel how willing and able you are. Brilliant session as always. Great, Dervla, love. I'm delighted. You're welcome, Caroline. Okay, my darlings. So that is it from me. Feel calm and very relaxed. Really enjoyed tonight. I'm brilliant. I'm delighted. Oh, fantastic that a weight has been lifted off. Yes, and so doing this, you're welcome. Doing this means that actually you are, other people will get the benefit. Yeah, so Melanie, groundedness is essential for you. Great, fantastic. Exhausted, but peaceful. Fantastic. Okay, good stuff. That's great. All right, my darlings, thanks for participating. Thanks for showing up. You're amazing. Love to you all, and I'll be back in same time, same place tomorrow.